Checking in with this moment, just noticing where you are here in this time, in this space. Whether you are indoors or outdoors, take in your space. Allow yourself to take up space. On average, us as beings have an energetic field that expands about 2 to 3 feet from our physical bodies. This is known as our aura, our electromagnetic field. You may also experience it as our personal space. Sometimes we like to share that space with others. Sometimes we like to keep it for ourselves in order to feel safe, comforted, loved. Sometimes we may even be scared, anxious, fearful. But however expanded or contracted your energetic field is that surrounds you, it means something. Your presence means something. Just check in and notice, where is the edge of your auric field right now? Check into the space above you. What would it feel like to connect the edge of your auric field 2 to 3 feet above you? You could reach up towards the heavens. It would be at the edge of your fingertips. Just imagine yourself expanding as if you were opening your arms up, if they were towards the heavens, allowing them to come and fall down by the wayside, expanding all of that energy around you, taking up space, identifying your space. And as you take a nice deep breath, as this energetic field is 2 to 3 feet surrounding you, expands down beneath you, take a moment to find your center. Allowing the distance of 2 to 3 feet to be established between your left and right side bodies. In front of you and behind you. Just learning to identify your personal space. Allowing you to be in the world, but not of it. That when you step outside, getting some fresh air, allow yourself to receive the energies that support you, that nurture you in this new season. And also allows you to release and find clarity. What needs to be surrendered? recycled, turned back to its original source. Sometimes when we've been reclusive, introspective, working on our inner selves, working on various projects, focusing on particular areas of our lives so intently, forget the power, the magic that we have as the embodiment of the divine feminine. We connect to nature, remembering that we are a part of this cyclical nature. We too have a rhythm and a flow, individually and collectively. We too have our seasons, that of youthfulness and beginnings, and possibilities. We have seasons where we finally find the maturity and fruitfulness of our endeavors in the seeds in which we have planted. We have seasons in which it's time to let go and truly see and find clarity in what no longer serves us. And we have seasons. It's time to completely surrender, let go, give way to death, birth, and rebirth, and allow ourselves to be reborn again. We are the embodiment of heaven and earth. Take a moment to just receive that, to know that, to feel that, to accept that, to realize that, and just breathe. Letting everything just land as it may, just like the leaves falling from the trees. Just land where they land. In their absence, space of opportunity and possibilities is created. So here we are. What are you giving life to? What extends from your being, your energy? What space are you holding? What roots are you connecting to? It empowers you, gives you strength. For as above, so below. And just like the tree, its roots extend as deep down towards the center of the earth, if not further, to establish what we see. Those mighty branches twisting and turning towards the sunlight. The sunlight nurturing us, meeting us where we are. That bright, vibrant gold light showering all over us, shining all over us. Allow yourself to receive the nurturing from that bright golden sun above, that strong, steady, stable earth below. awareness to the base of your spine. Take a moment to just breathe into that space, your pelvic floor, the base of your being. It's like you've stepped into the basement of your body. Notice how it feels there. Say hello. Just observe and just breathe. You may sense something, you may sense nothing. The intention is just to observe. We're here in this space, base of our spine, our root, which extends down into the legs, to our feet, into the center of the earth. This earthly energy nourishes us, stabilizes us, strengthens us, it secures us. Allow yourself to receive this nourishment from the earth, tapping into that divine, feminine, earthly energy that sustains us. Yes, we may see chaos and disruption, disorder on the news and the programming that tells its own vision of what is happening. However, the same earth also continues to produce tropical rainforests, food supply, shelter, beauty. She has mountains that roll like bosoms upon her surface. You can step into and dive into the deep caverns for many layers, experience her beauty, the water that falls from her essence and allows you to truly receive all the beauty she has to offer. She produces diamonds, that earthly energy. That's what we are tapping into. She produces gems. She sustains exotic beings. She's deep, sensual, fragrant, aromatic, enigmatic. She's so much more. So much more. And one may allow you to think that here you have the opportunity to tap into her most truest essence. She's been here for generations. Mother Earth has been able to sustain herself through all of mankind's musings, degradations, declinations, generational patterns, habits, beliefs, history. At the core, she's been true to form. And this stability is a part of you because you are part of that divine feminine nature, an extension of her being. Allow yourself to just receive her sustaining energy. Taking a nice deep breath, feeling your roots growing strong and powerful. Giving yourself permission to really just let go and release. Maybe your body becomes heavy. Maybe the hips become heavy. Maybe you feel yourself really rooting down and finding that space to just let go. Softening the crown, space in the brow, relaxing the jaw, neck, shoulders, hands, fingertips, allowing all the energy to release down deep into the earth. You don't even have to know where it's going. It's just being received with love and return back to its original source. No harm done. Just creating a little space for you to receive better and better. Allowing the heart space to soften, relaxing the belly and the hips, relaxing the legs, feet and toes. Just breathe. Breath allows the energy to flow in and out. Smoother the breath, smoother the flow. The easier release and surrender, the easier receive, accept. What if you enjoy the earthly resonance connecting your root, base of your spine, your legs down into the earth? You can feel free to stay there, for earth energy tends to move a little slower. That's okay. It still moves with grace, beauty. But when you are ready, tap into space just above that earthly energy in your being, moving from the root up into the space, that watery space, just above the womb. Sacral, sacred, energetic space. Take a moment to just connect and take your time. There's no rush. Feel it out. Make this experience your own. Sometimes there's a lot of energy that may be held there in that space between our pelvic floor and our belly button, between the left hip and the right, somewhere in between the 4-point axis is very, very special place. Depending on where this meditation takes you, there's no need to dive in too deep. You don't feel like it today. But just take a moment to tap into the energy of water. Imagine water flowing in this space. There was maybe a lake or a river, an ocean there. Space of your womb, space in the pelvic bone, space holds the embodiment of divine feminine. And whether your physical organs are there or not, you still hold that embodiment. The energy is still there. You can still tap into it. Imagine tapping into the womb space in your body. Really diving into that sacred space. Notice how it feels. Notice what may come up. Notice how deep you would like to go or how shallow you would like to stay. That's okay. Or just tuning into the element of water. Feeling that flow. Allowing her energy she holds to just flow. Releasing slowly and gently any tension held in the hips. Making sure to just breathe deeply as we come up from that earthly energy within our roots, allowing ourselves to be nurtured and purified. We come up into the element of water. Just noticing, feeling, allowing ourselves to open and expand our perception so that we don't get too stuck. So that we can come back to the energy of flow. That's our divine birthright. Things get stagnant. Things get stuck. We create the space to flow. Taking some nice deep breaths. With each inhale, allowing the belly to expand, heart space to expand, head space to expand, exhaling, and just reversing the flow, releasing any tension within the head, the heart, the body. Breathing in. Breathing out. Let go and let flow. knowing all is rhythmic and cyclical. You are a part of this rhythm and cycle of nature. And when you're ready, bring your awareness up from the roots to that element of water and into space just above belly button, just below the ribs. Power center, solar plexus, ruled by the element of fire. And so as we move through the elements, reminding ourselves that we are a part of nature fully and wholly. Experience our physicality, noticing where we are in time and space, the room that we are occupying, the space that we're occupying, 2 to 3 feet of electromagnetic field boundary that surrounds us. And we also notice the energy of water moving through our bodies. Especially as women, we experience that every 28 days. For some, for others, maybe not. However, because we embody that divine feminine, we hold the energy of water within our being, within our sacral chakra, within our blood, within our lymph, within our digestive system, within our tears, within our sweat. Water runs through us so many ways. And one of the ways that allows us to purify ourselves is through our tears. Joy or not. Our body uses the element of water purification, fluidity, lubrication, pleasure, and pain. The element of water supports us in becoming attuned to that. Pleasure, we may cry tears of joy. We may have orgasmic experiences. Maybe our bodies become hot and we begin to perspire and glisten just a little. We may also find ourselves feeling a little more sadness. Maybe we grieve or cry tears, sadness. However, the element of water is there to support us wherever we are, whatever moment. Reasons why we should always stay hydrated. Then as we come up and feel into that source of warmth and heat within our bodies, solar plexus, that which empowers us, ruled by the energy of fire. Just Notice, see if you can tap into the warmth of your physical body, the warmth of your love, the brightness of your power, your life. Take a deep breath into the solar plexus, maybe bringing a hand or two to that space, sending love to any areas, any parts of you that have been disempowered, knowing that it is okay to come to light, to step into the spotlight. It's okay for you to be seen and to step outside. Maybe just taking a breath of fresh air. There's plenty to see and experience when you exit your four walls and room. Daily venture outside will not only revive your spirit and your soul, but give you faith, hope in your existence, your future. You step outside and see beauty that exists. You'll see all the goodness that's in store within nature. The flowers ready to unfurl, leaves sprouting, birds flying, even the wind that affectionately caresses you, the element of air. Taking a deep breath. Notice the flow of air in and out the body. Notice all of the systems, the earthly container of your skin, your bones, your muscles, organs that it holds. Notice the element of water, and the blood flow, and the lymph, and your gastric juices, and your reproductive juices. Notice any heat within your body. Notice element of passion, sensuality, pleasure, drive, motivation. Allow that heat, 98.5 degrees, fire, moves through you. Spirit above, earth below, fire within. Just make it a little sassy, a little fun, a little playful. Breathing in that element of air, taking a nice deep breath. Just holding your crown high. Remembering the embodiment of who you are. Sovereign sister, goddess, queen, empress, mother, mage, maiden, sage. Wherever you are in your life cycle, embrace it. Give yourself permission to grieve what was. In the process, what is released to earth will always come back, rebirth. renewed. You are the embodiment, heaven and earth. You are an elemental, embodying all 5 elements of earth, water, fire, air, and spirit. Own your power. Embrace it, embody it, own it. Give yourself some grace, taking time, just let it settle in. It's as if your newer self is just dripping gold raindrops all over you. You got the Midas touch. Energetic gold just raining, showering, and dripping all over you. Like liquid sunlight. Every time you step outside, allowing yourself to just be drenched, saturated. It's loving divine energy. So it is. Placing one hand on the heart space, hand on the belly, the womb space. Just giving yourself some love. In this moment to just appreciate yourself, being here and showing up. Remembering that you are the embodiment of all the elements: earth, water, fire, air, spirit. Embodiment, female, woman is a gift. Blessing, power. You are resourceful. Allow the elements to work for you. Tap into the depth of your truest nature. And there you will restore, truly find your innermost strength and power. Your next breath, just begin to massage your body, stroking it lightly, running your hands over chest and the belly, over the low belly, womb space, down to the legs. Just giving yourself a nice moment to reconnect with your body. Come back in the moment, gracefully, lovingly, gently. If you like, you can give yourself a great big hug, showing yourself some love today. Showing yourself some love in general. And then when you're ready, one more deep breath. Or opening your eyes and coming out of meditation. All right, so tonight's message was kind of freestyle. But just to give a little briefing, I guess, it was Cordelia who was all about going outside. Perfect time if you're in Atlanta, because everybody outside. You have been indoors too long. Go outside and get some fresh air. Let's see. Let's see. So the message says being cooped up is not the natural way for inhabitants for this exciting planet to live. Facts. Because a lot of our sleep cycles are jacked up because we got lights, artificial lights, all the time. Whereas our ancestors, when the sun went down, you had candles, which still kept the environment dark. But now we're in places where, you got fluorescent light and we're up till 2, 3, 4 a.m. with bright lights everywhere. We're all jacked up. That's that blue light stuff. But anyways, it says, believe me, there's plenty to see and experience when you exit your four walls of roof. A daily venture outside will not only revive your spirit and soul, it will give you hope and faith in this planet's very existence and future. You'll see all the goodness that's in store within nature, the flowers ready to unfurl, the leaves that are sprouting, the birds that hop about, even the wind that affectionately caresses you. I did read some of this. But don't let another day go by without stepping outdoors into this most entertaining and exciting of environments. So if you're like me, when I think about going outside, I'm like, sounds great, but it's gonna be hot and it's gonna be bugs. Okay. So but what happens? I go outside and I'm like, oh, look at this cute little caterpillar. It's on my finger. Oh my God, it's a spider. I want to look at it. Oh, we can't, kill it. We got to move it over here. Like, I wonder if I'm going to see a garden snake today. Oh, someone found one. Can I hold it? It's like, so it's different. We are, when you go out in nature, I guess this is kind of like the collective message, but when you go out in nature, look at it as, it might seem weird. It's like a reversal of generational entertainment. That just came to me. Because back in the day, that's all we had. You had to take your ass outside. Take your ass outside and don't come back home till the lights came on. Sun went down, okay, you come back home. But you had to keep yourself entertained while you're out there, right? So it's kind of like tapping back into that, which, to be honest, makes sense because as we're leading from tourist season, eventually going in, earlier we were talking about like heat and, summer and the sun and all that kind of stuff. As we start to graduate or to mature into that space of summer, which is about maturation, which is about fulfillment and fullness. Obviously, the element of sun and fire and heat is more prominent in summer. But as we allow ourselves to mature into that, it's like no coincidence that like the height of summer is Leo season, which is about also tapping into our inner child, our creativity, our playfulness. And guess what we did when we were little? We had to rule. We were ruled by the sun. You woke up in the morning and you were just outside all day, going until the sun came down. So that was your ruler at the time. So it's kind of like allowing ourselves to tap back into the natural circadian rhythm will really help us restore a sense of peace, not only within our minds, but within our physical body systems, our nervous systems, and so forth, and help us just become more rhythmic to nature cycles instead of like really trying to tap into what this other shit. So yes. With that being said, just gonna continue on. Um, it's an exciting environment if you go outside. Okay, it's a peaceful but exciting environment. You know how much entertainment I see when I'm like outside in the parking lot, sitting in my car, just watching neighbors. I see them. I don't know if they see me, but I see them. I'm seeing other neighbors, so I'm like, it sounds weird now saying this out loud. I see people walking their dogs. And then, it's just like, oh, there's birds, oh, there's this and that. So it's a different type of entertainment. Okay, it's a more sensory, more present entertainment versus virtual. Right? Social media, all that, it's more like a virtual entertainment. So you can still entertain yourself. So just maybe find a little balance, go outside a little more. And then the various meanings of this card is your manifestation will appear in May. And or when the weather is warmer. Summertime, maturation. Come on, ladies. We're in the flow. But guess what? It can be a kind of a cool flow, a little steady flow because it's May. It's Taurus season, which is going to be slow no matter what the hell anybody says. And and on top of that, we got planets in retrograde. It's just, just slow it down a little bit. You got plenty of time. It says also, and plus it says, if you're in Atlanta, it says when the weather is warmer, that might be tomorrow, but also might not be tomorrow. It might be a week from now when it's warmer. It might be 2 months. And we don't know over here. We just, just gonna wake up and see. But spend time in nature. So cool. You've been spending time in nature. You're in alignment. Your soul knows what to do. Trust it. Change to a job that allows you more freedom for connection with nature. Okay. That could be a job that allows you to travel. Maybe it's a job that you have to relocate to like a beach community or somewhere out in the mountains, something like that. It can also be like I have a friend of mine, she does something with like some environmental something, and she travels all the time, different places, like different areas of wildlife that are really cool. That could also be an opportunity for you to maybe volunteer, and just get more connected with nature in some way, shape, or form. Practice environmentalism. Maybe you decide to recycle, reduce your carbon footprint, or recognize the need for balance in your life. That part. For more rest and play. Because in order for Mother Earth to give growth to new things, she also has to rest. That's where winter comes in. That's why death and rebirth go together. Because in winter, there's an opportunity for birth. She's like kind of like nurturing and keeping things like coddled. It's like your first. I would say winter would be like a woman's first trimester of pregnancy. Like the first trimester of pregnancy, that would be winter. Like, you don't even know. Sometimes you just out there turned up at 19 years old. Okay, just like, but yeah, it might be just one of those things. And then I would say spring is like the second trimester. You're like, oh, there's some growth there. Okay, people can see it, acknowledge it. Summer would be where you're like in the last trimester. And everything's in full maturation. You're like, yeah, we're just ready to bust, and then fall would be the time to release. That is when you actually give birth. So shout out to fall babies. Let's see. The Cordelia is a Celtic fairy goddess who helps watch over the flowers that bloom in the spring and summertime. She's associated with the ancient sacred Day Beltane. Oh, look at how I didn't notice, y'all. Which is celebrated on May 1st. To welcome the Celtic summer season. So call upon Cordelia to help you thaw out. Okay, thaw it out. Any situation or relationship that seems cold and dreary. Because that sounds not fun. Cold and dreary. That's summer. Trying to be cute. Trying to be outside. Hot girl summer. All right. So, I believe I did cover the collective message there. So we're just going to end the recording. See you all next time.